Hello and welcome to another EncryptPro video. In this video, we will cover how to organize your personal encrypted files into separate categories using custom security groups. So you unlock only what you need when you need it and everything else stays locked. In EncryptPro, these custom security groups are only for personal data security, and by personal data security it means the data which you will not be sharing with other people. For shared data security, EncryptPro uses PGP connections which are covered in detail in a separate video. When you encrypt a personal data file in EncryptPro, that file belongs to a security group. To understand the idea, think of a security group as a locked drawer. You unlock the drawer once and everything inside it is accessible until you lock it again. Each drawer has its own key. So why does this matter? You might have financial documents, personal photos, and work files all on the same device. But if you only need to work on your work files, normally you would have to unlock everything. And that's a bad security design. EncryptPro solves this by assigning your encrypted files to custom security groups so you unlock only the category you're actively working on and everything else stays locked while you work uninterrupted. Every account starts with one default group called the general group. When you first set up EncryptPro, the general group password is automatically set to your master password. We recommend changing your general group password to something other than your master password. To create a new group, click on Add Group button. Choose a name for your security group that makes sense to you: work, finances, projects, because once created, the name for this security group will be permanent. Then provide your group password you want to assign to this new group and the master password to authorize the creation of this new security group. Once you have your group set up, they appear automatically in the right-click context menu. Right-click any file, select your group, and the file is encrypted. The original file is shredded, overwritten with zeros and random data across multiple passes, unrecoverable even with forensic tools. What remains is the encrypted version only. And this happens only on a successful encryption. If the encryption is cancelled or something goes wrong, which is highly unlikely, your original files remain untouched. Each group has its own icon and its own file extension. As you can see, files encrypted with personal group have G3 icon and files encrypted with work group have G2 icon. The original extension of the files is preserved in the square brackets, so you also know the type of the file after encryption. Decrypting is even simpler. Right-click any encrypted file or multiple files and select Decrypt. EncryptPro knows which group the files belong to and shows you the corresponding group password prompt. Enter your group password and the files are decrypted. In case of decrypting multiple files, you need to make sure that you select the files belonging to the same group. But decrypting your files every time you want to work on them and re-encrypting them after you are done working is a hassle. This is where on-the-fly access feature comes in. You can just double-click on an encrypted file and EncryptPro will open the file in its native application. And in your work sessions, if you don't want password prompts every time you open a file, then you can simply unlock that security group and work uninterrupted. Unlocking a group means entering its password once. After that, every file in that group is accessible without prompting you again for the password. When you are done working, lock the security group with a single click. This is where EncryptPro's elegant security design truly shines. You do not have to open the software to know what is happening with your files. Everything you need is visible in the Windows Explorer. At a glance, you can see which security group a file belongs to, what is the original file type, and whether the security group is currently locked or unlocked. That means you never accidentally leave a group unlocked when you're done working. The visual state is always right in front of you. One last thing worth knowing, your group names, group password, and group configurations are stored only on your device. None of this is ever sent to any server. That's part of EncryptPro's zero-knowledge design. The practical consequence is that if you move to a new device, your groups don't automatically come with you. But the data is still accessible under your master password. To move the security groups, you'll need to export your groups file first. That is covered in detail in the video on offline files and device transfers. In the next video, we will cover on-the-fly access feature in detail, where you will learn how to open and edit your encrypted files in their native applications and how EncryptPro handles everything behind the scenes so you get a seamless, uninterrupted workflow experience. Thanks for watching the video and I'll catch you in the next one.